Here. Hey, thanks for tuning in. So what we're working on today is the infamous Turbo 350 transmission leak coming out of the Speedo area. So typically there's three things it can be. You got the plastic gear with a shaft on it that runs through the bullet, so that can wear and get a groove in it. Or you have the outer O-ring on the bullet itself, which can also leak. And then lastly, you get the seal in the back, which is a combination of metal and rubber, and that's what the shaft actually clicks into. Those three items should get you fixed up. There's always a chance the bullet itself could be deformed or have a chip in it or something that leaks, but most likely it's going to be one of those three things that has yours leaking. So let's take a look. All right, so here's the 350. She's currently out of the truck. We did do a motor swap, but notice the leak when it was on the road. So back by your tail housing, you're going to have this gear that goes in here, and then the cable goes right where my pinky is. That's where the cable screws on. So get this out of the way. Now you're going to be left with the bullet and the lock plate. So this one's a 7/16, some are 10. They're kind of all over the map, but take that out. Then the bullet and the gear should come right out. So that's already a bad sign how loose that gear was. All right, so you can see there's the plastic gear that rides in the transmission and then spins that gearbox right here. So there's really only three ways this can leak. Either your plastic is worn back in here, so it's getting past the seal if the seal's good, or that seal right there is bad, or lastly, this packing or O-ring on the actual bullet itself is bad, which this one does look bad because in some spots it's not even as high as the bullet housing. Theoretically, there could be a fourth. The bullet itself could be bad, but that's pretty unlikely. Typically, it's going to be one of those three, letting fluid past. So the plastic, the teeth look really good. There's no cracks anywhere, and it doesn't have a groove cut into the plastic shaft here. So I called this good, and here's the kit I ordered. It's about 10 bucks online. It's got the seal that rides in the back of the bullet, on the cable side, if you will. And then of course it's got the O-ring or the packing that goes on the bullet housing there. So let's get these swapped out. So once you get the old one out, got it a little mangled getting it out. I just use a couple different size Allens to get it out. Get the new one pushed in as far as you can by hand. Then use a 10mm to get it seated. Once you get the back one seated, get a little tranny fluid or hide fluid on that packing. Put a little on there for when the shaft comes through. Let's see if she's, oh yeah, that actually clicked in. Oh yeah, and you can feel there's pressure on it. Before, that was just falling out when I turned it vertical. So likely this back seal was the problem, but we get a new packing on there anyways. Now we just put this bullet back in the transmission, put the little lock bar in with the 7/16 bolts, and you're done.